Earlier this year, Disney did something really cool as a part of Epcot's International Festival of the Arts. It was called Once Upon a Stage, a celebration of 30 years of Disney on Broadway. And since we are just a few weeks away from the 2026 version of Epcot's International Festival of the Arts, I thought it would be fun to take a look back at this celebration of 30 years of Disney on Broadway. I really loved that they did this, although I could certainly be cynical. Sometimes I am cynical about Disney's actions. It is obviously a cash grab. They know people going to the theme parks, especially for Festival of the Arts, have disposable income. They know there's a good chance that they are interested in Broadway performances, so this is a big cross promotion. Right now, you're checking out some of the props and some of the costumes from The Lion King on Broadway. This was the first Disney on Broadway show that really seemed to capture the imagination of everybody, not just Disney fans, not just Broadway musical fans. There was definitely a wider appeal in the general public, and Disney has definitely been able to build on that over the past 30 years. I loved that they displayed some of these costumes from the shows. We have Hercules right here. Coming up, obviously a big one, Anna and Elsa from Frozen. Anytime one of the Disney on Broadway performers at the Disney on Broadway concert series in Epcot would play a song from Frozen, the crowd would just go wild. The classic Mary Poppins costume. We're gonna page down here and see Olaf. I think this setup was perfect to be in Epcot. We have a costume from Newsies, another one here coming up from Lion King. The Imagination Pavilion is in Epcot. We are trying to not only entertain guests, but we are trying to educate and we're trying to inspire. And I think about all of the kids as we see The Little Mermaid. A costume from The Little Mermaid here. I think of all the kids who may have just been on a Disney vacation and maybe saw one of the Disney on Broadway concert series performances, saw some of these costumes. We have them here from Aladdin, and maybe that inspired them to try something different. Maybe they'll get involved in a school musical. Here's a setup for a stage replica from Mary Poppins on Broadway. Maybe it inspires the kids to try something different, or maybe they don't try out for the musical, but maybe it gets them into musicals. We see a setup from Frozen on Broadway here as well. They had a lot of these different models of the stage setups that you could see. I would imagine that there were a lot of kids who like art in general, who maybe wouldn't want to be a performer, but would want to do stage design or costume design. There's a lot of talk about intellectual property being brought into Epcot, and maybe Epcot isn't what it was when I was going as a kid in the 80s. But I do think there is still the ability to inspire and to make people want to create things on their own. And there's still plenty of ways that they inspire kids to get involved in STEM. But the arts are just as, if not more important than STEM. And this commitment that Disney has to the arts, even if it is self-fulfilling, even if they are trying to get you to spend a lot of money on a ticket to a Broadway show, at least they are continuing to produce quality versions Some of these costumes from Aladdin are just mind-blowingly beautiful. The color patterns are amazing. And once again, when performers on the Disney on Broadway concert series would break into songs from Aladdin, it was always a crowd pleaser. So I'm glad that they did this last year. I'm excited to see what is coming up for next year's version of Epcot's International Festival of the Arts. I would love to see them highlight different areas where the arts are still very viable as professions. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.